90% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Hey guys, it's Wednesday on the Rebels, and I'm Amber Sweeney. This week's topic is bullying, and it's a tough topic for me because I was picked on a lot in school by my peers, but more than that, for a very long time, I had a nasty habit of attracting the wrong kind of guy, and I was bullied a lot in relationships. I dated one guy in particular in high school who had already graduated, and I was about 16 or 17 and he was about 20, and I conformed to kind of the person he wanted me to be. He had this idea of the perfect girlfriend and what would be the perfect wife someday, and after several months it began to irritate me because I wasn't this person that he wanted. That's when we would start to argue. We would start to fight over what movie to watch, what music to listen to in the car, what we were going to do on Friday night, that I wanted to go out with my friends, and he hated every single friend I had, every single one. He hated the guys because they were guys, and he hated the girls because they had enough balls to tell me that the guy I was dating was a douchebag. And I never listened to them. You know, you always think you know what's best for you at that exact moment, and sometimes the advice you're getting from friends or family is just really worth listening to. He didn't physically abuse me. He emotionally abused me. He bullied me until he broke me. He would call me names. He wouldn't allow me to journal. That was a big thing for me. I journaled all the time. My journal was with me in school, at home, on the bus. My journal was with me everywhere. And I had roughly 28 5-subject notebooks that extended all the way back to like when I was in 7th grade. And he was intimidated by them. Even the journals that I kept before I knew him, he didn't want me to have a life outside of him. So he threatened me one day. He said, if you don't get rid of them, I will rape them. And that was huge. Nobody read my journals. So I said, fine, I'll get rid of them tomorrow. And he was not happy with that. He needed to be there while I got rid of them to make sure that they were gone. So I sat down and ripped them apart page by page. Might seem really minuscule to you, but you know, just all the emotion from, you know, the relationship altogether. Like, that was just the culmination of suckage for that guy. The thing of this is, I still believed he was a really, really good guy, and that if I just tried really hard, I could be this person, because the person he wanted wasn't a bad person. He wanted this person was a good person. But and I thought, oh, I can do that. I can be that person and try harder. I always thought it was my fault. I always thought I was doing something wrong, when in fact it was just always him. You know, he wouldn't so much as buy me a soda on the way to my house without reminding me that I owed him $1, or making me feel bad for having spent that $1 on me. And that's just not, you know, that's not okay. We dated on and off for about 4 years before I finally came to my senses. And I went to his house to get some of my stuff that I had left there over 4 years. And I brought a girlfriend with me, and I brought a guy friend with me. And my girlfriend came in the house with me, and she was upstairs. And I said, I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to get my stuff. Unless you hear me call for you, I'm fine. So I went downstairs, and I got this paper grocery bag full of my things that he had destroyed as much as he possibly could before I got there. And I proceeded to cuss him out because of that, because some of the stuff was actually kind of important to me. To which his response was to call the police, which looking back is kind of humorous, because he called the cops because I was swearing at him. And then the cops were like, if we send somebody out there, you're both getting arrested, in which case I'm getting more and more angry because I didn't do anything. I showed up to get my stuff. I'm leaving. Yeah, I cussed him out, but he destroyed my stuff. I think that's kind of fair. He got off the phone with the cops, and I turned around to to make sure he wasn't like 6 inches behind me or something with a machete. And he looked at me, and I went, "What? What do you want?" And he walked at me really fast, and he went, BAM! And he headbutted me. Skull on skull hurts. His skull is made of metal in the front because he got in a car accident. So, a little bit more damage. He knocked me out for a half a minute. When I drove away, I was so happy to be done with it and have it be over with and not have to deal with him anymore and not have to talk to him. And I guess what I'm getting at is don't let people push you around. Don't be somebody you're not. If a guy is worth it, he will like you for who you are. And run the other direction from any guy who tries to bully you in a relationship. Because it's just going to set you up for more and more crappy relationships with the same type of guy. Looking back, I can't for the life of me realize why I put up with any of that stuff. So just be strong and don't give up. It will get better. It might take some time, it might take some hurt, but it will get better. I promise. In fact, until I met my husband several years ago, I really didn't think that nice people were out there, that guys could genuinely like you for who you were. And there is, and they do, and you just